Hello, hello, everybody, all of you and all of me, and here we are once again at the live stream. Someone should make that a song. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? This is the one and only Highborg, and I decided to do a late night stream, mostly because the parents are asleep, and I feel like, drawing. It's as simple as that, honestly. And for your listening pleasures, I've got some lo-fi music playing in the background. So, yeah.
Merry Christmas, filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.
Hopefully that's not too loud. Okay. So I got a few things that I need to set up here, because it's not showing up over there. But the good news is we will still be able to have a continuous, all-around good, more or less setup of everything. I'm going to set the quality to potato, because it's a video. I don't think it affects audio whatsoever, so there's that. But yes, this is probably a surprise for most of you. But yes. Anyway, this time around I've also got the chat open, so I should be able to read all of your pathetic comments, should you decide to post any. But yeah, let's get started. So, the project we're doing here is basically something that I've been working on for a while now, in terms of the Highborg series. Basically, it's, her name is Scarlet, and we basically gotta finish her before Christmas starts. And for those of you wondering, she is part of the Highborg canon, so, or as I like to call it, the Highborg Cinematic Universe. But yeah. Overall, sorry, I'm just reading one of my friends' Discord. So we'll get started in just a sec. I just gotta do some shameless promoting. Yeah, I think I'm all set. So, for any of you that are watching for now, we hope you enjoy. And, yeah. So this one is literally just me drawing with my Wacom device. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Wacom, this is Wacom. It's a drawing tablet for the PC. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna turn this bad boy on, and then we're gonna get started. I'm also gonna raise the camera so that if you want to see more of my face reaction, there you go. Oh dear. Just give me a sec. Fix it. There we go. Okie dokie. So, let us begin. Now, I do have a sort of reference photo. Basically, her main color scheme is red, black, white, and this skin color. So yeah, I'm gonna try my best to see if I can put it on camera. Wait. A little lower. There she is. Right there. Yeah. That is Scarlet indeed. So yeah, that's my model that I'm basing it off of. So, without further ado, let us commence. So as you see, I already kind of got started here before the idea to simply stream the thing, so that way I didn't seem like I was doing nothing. when in actuality, plot twist, I was actually doing quite a lot. Again, a lot of the stuff that you see before you is all development for the high technique as well as the high Borg in general. So what we got right now is, oh Jesus, my face is like super plastered. I apologize for that. Again, this is the first time I've ever done a casual live stream, so yeah, excuse me on that part. But anyway, so the first thing we have to notice is the hair. Now, the hair, there's going to be two parts to it. There's going to be the front part, and then later we'll do the back part. And you'll see why in a sec. And secondly, we have the face right here that I created before, you know, ever touching the hair. So, yeah, there's that. And right above her are the colors that I'm going to be using. The dark to outline the, you know, outlines, and the red to, you know, give it actual. However, do not fret that we are not nearly done with this. Absolutely not. Not even close. Because there's still a couple thick lines that we have to, you know, simmer down. And then once that's over with, we're basically still gonna have to do a few things, such as hair glossing and whatnot. Yeah, it should be one for the books, I assume. So I'm gonna get her moppy hair out of her for now. Now the inside of her eye, I kind of wanted it to be this color for a while, but then I was like, but if it was that color, then like, what would be the point? You know, and I felt like it would be this color mostly because, you know, it's supposed to sort of be normal in a sense. Like, she's supposed to sort of blend in with society on one eye. And then, it's not like the other eye is just contaminated evil like you saw before. Like, hold up, let me try and explain this. So this eye, right here, it's not because of the eye, it's rather because of the hair that her eye is like this. So, you know, just for quick clarification. Even though what I may seem like doing is simple, painting, eventually we're going to refine it, everything's going to look sharper, better in general, like we're going to have a lot of mistakes to fix, such as Brandon's existence. Ooh, sorry, that was a very naughty thing to say. I apologize. You see this gap? We can't have that. Okay, I kind of see where the light is now. Alrighty. And I'm not going to be coloring in the other eye because there's already a texture over it anyway, so yeah. And I know it seems a little bumpy right now, but again, we'll fix it when we get to it. For now, I want to focus on this eye. Take this color, brighten it up just enough, I feel. And then we're going to do this. I just realized there's an unfinished texture right around here. And we will get to it again. It's all going to be in time. But right now my goal for tonight's stream is just to be able to complete the face at the very least, and then maybe get started on the neck. And then we can handle the body later. Anyway, I'll try my absolute best to, you know, try and describe Scarlet without giving any major spoilers. So essentially, how do I say this? Like, start with her powers, how about that? She can basically turn herself into blood, or this sort of red goop, by will. Shapeshift is the proper term. I don't know why I'm not using it. But yeah, that's this character's ability. How she's able to do that is sort of the spoiler. So unfortunately, I won't be able to say much outside of outside of the fact that Scarlet sort of looks the way she does, mostly because she needs to consume in order to survive. There's a whole arc in the in the comic explaining basically that she needs to feast in order to stay alive. Because, and we'll get to the hair in a sec to show you the reason. Basically, when she doesn't feed, she's on a sort of timer, and her hair starts to sort of lose its color, literally. So yeah. But when she's not feasting, she's usually a very relaxed person, not really caring about anything. Okay, let's fix that texture now. So I think we'll use white to like. We'll use the white that's already sort of established around here. It's because the new technique that I do now is that I use multiple layers instead of just drawing the image all in one go. Because that's what I used to do before, and a lot of my images look very rushed and unfocused because of that reason. So this time around I wanted to dedicate some legitimate time to my drawings this time around. So that way it can actually look like effort was placed into it, as opposed to it just being rushed out in about 3 seconds. So that's sort of the deal right there. Because I literally just got back from, a little Steam text from some guy called Moon, and basically he was saying how he was going to be streaming some Gmod, and yeah, you should definitely check out his stream. I recommend it. I'm not saying that because I'm a YouTuber. I'm mostly saying that help other channels grow instead of just helping my own. I don't know his official YouTube name though, so you're gonna have to do some digging for that. I'm pretty sure LIVESTREAM, Gmod, and whatnot should be more than enough, I feel. Be trying to look that up on YouTube. So, yeah. You know. Now for this side of the face, I need to take extreme care. Because, like, on this side, I don't really have to focus all that much since, again, a majority of it's going to be covered by the hair. But by this side, I have to make sure this side at least stays, you know, good and well detailed. It's sort of a thing that artists do, from what I've seen, to where they take small shortcuts in case they need to hurry their products out, that they don't really cover everything. They sort of, they sort of leave intentionally unfinished textures here and there, so that way, so that way when they head to the layers, they have a sort of outline for it, and then they can sort of draw right over it, you see, like that. So, yeah, that's sort of the thing. Okay, so we're going back to her eye. The thing I do with male and female eyes is that, for males, they usually have a sort of crescent. Like, you see this white part right here? For males, I usually give them like a crescent, but for females, I give them a sort of sunrise? Like, how would I describe it? Like, sunrise, you see it, right? Like, when the sun's coming up from the horizon and, you know. So, yeah. Sort of how I see it, personally. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Make it just a bit bigger. You'll see what I'll do in this. What I'm doing in a sec. By the way, feel free to chat me in the, chat. I got it open permanently now since I don't have to focus so much like I do in Gmod, so, feel free to say anything. I got college tomorrow, and it's pretty easy for the most part. Yeah, I literally only have like 3 classes to focus on. 2 of them are physical, and only one of them is like digital. But the digital one is beyond easy, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like this sort of coming from me, because I've been on the internet for quite a while now, and it's basically all about doing research and whatnot. And so far, I barely studied for any of the questions, and I nailed every single test. So far, literally, not even joking, not saying this for pride or anything, but all the tests that they've given me on the online class, I've literally got 100% on, and all I ever did was like skim through the subjects that they give you to study off from, you know, so yeah, overall, it's I mean, I don't hate it, to be fair, like, hello Isaiah Young Videos. I know who he is. Jesus. But yeah, anyway, continuing on, assuming it doesn't do that glitch again, I kind of fucked myself over. Now, okay, you kind of see it though, right? Like, how the eye just sort of overlaps the eyelash. We have to fix that. And the problem is, in order to fix that, I have to like use white to like make it right, essentially. Or the alternative option is to I can use black and cover this part of the eye, but the problem with that is that she'll end up looking more relaxed than energetic. Is sort of the problem with that. So yeah. And for those of you wondering what the music is, it's hold up, let me bring it up. I'll just copy and paste it in the chat so that you can look it up for yourself, and if you like what you hear. I literally just copy and pasted the whole thing, so yeah, there it is. It's now in chat for you guys all to see. That's basically, you just gotta copy and paste that link and then you'll be able to see it for yourself. I'm gonna put it back away now. So again, this is sort of a technique new to me personally, mostly because it's like, again, I usually do all my drawings, like the one you see of Jaden down below me, essentially, like that one, I did all in one take, essentially. So I didn't do the layer tactic for that Jaden specifically. I'm doing it for Scarlet though, mostly because I just felt as though it was a lot better in terms of just practicality and overall, like, it was just a better strategy, I suppose is the best way I can say it. Like, yeah, it's just a better technique that I rather enjoy, personally. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. You see, her iris now is sort of unbalanced, so we gotta basically do this. And there we go. It's got its roundness back. And you see how it's like a little bit, cloudy? Mostly because the pixels are kind of... There we go. It looks a little bit better now, I guess. I'd rather it just be sharp than... Okay. Back to fixing. Okay, it's a little bit better now. Maybe if I do this... Yeah, okay, it's better now. God. No, this pen isn't gonna. I gotta get closer, and I gotta up it to 1.5. There we go. Unfortunately, for some reason, the live stream is not showing the pen tool I'm currently using, which is simply the paintbrush. It's mostly been my go-to tool for just about everything, to be honest. I should also stress, this is the first time I've ever done any kind of live stream like this. Just me, relaxing, just, you know, doing my thing. Erase that so that I can better read that. There we go. Don't worry, we'll fix it. Now comes the tricky part. This little lip right here, it could potentially look ugly if just one thing goes wrong. So I gotta just barely be touching the untextured part. And then, oh, that's as close as I'm gonna be able to zoom in. That's fine. I can just be ultra precise if that's the case. What's it? I've seen a couple people do speed arts online, and they were usually pretty good at it. Like, they're very good. One guy in particular called Geo.exe does amazing speed arts. He doesn't really do them anymore. He focuses more on his on his smaller skits and his other flash animations, and even his flash animated show. He focuses more on that, and to be perfectly honest, I actually really enjoy it. But I think sort of a major problem is that I would love to see him do more of speed arts and as opposed to, you know, more parody animations and whatnot. So that's sort of me. It's more of a me thing really than anything else. Mostly because, like, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one in the world that thinks this, but I feel like there's a little too much humor in our world these days. And I'm not saying there's anything inherently wrong with it. I mean, it can be used to lighten the mood and whatnot, but I think the major problem is that we use it so often to the point to where it's just kind of dull now. Again, I'm probably the only one that in the whole world that thinks this, and you can think whatever you want, because we are human after all. If we were to think anything else, it would not really be anything special to be celebrating. For anybody watching, you are completely free to ask me any kind of questions. I will answer them the best I can during the live stream. Since this is, after all, a very casual and chill one, I'm not doing it for the other side because, again, this hair exists to pretty much cover that. Okay, so this eye is almost complete. We just have to get a little bit of, oh, I have a pen. I can actually point where I'm pointing now. We basically have to get the black part of this over here since there's a little bit on this eye. As for this eye, I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it. Like, I don't want to leave it just like this because I feel like it might be a little too simplistic. So I might look up some veins or something later on so that it doesn't just look like a red texture. So it's time to get to work. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to select this. There we go. Yeah, this seems just about. Now we sort of run into a bit of a problem, because this eye is not supposed to look worried, it's supposed to look a little surprised. For those of you that follow my social media, you may have noticed that I've basically been using a lot of the hybrid characters for my profile pictures as opposed to simply Jaden. And for those of you who don't know who Jaden is, again, guy below my face. But basically, yeah, I've been using characters like them, like Kentley, a lot more, mostly because, like before, they still existed, but they just kind of, you know, they weren't exactly brought onto PC just yet. That's sort of the reason why it's mostly just been Jaden, because he was the character that I was the most comfortable with out of everybody else to, you know, draw freely. Maybe draw some eyebrows or something. But, I mean, hair's kind of already see-through. Okay, so... Is it just me, or is this eye shorter? Or bigger, I mean. I'm gonna compare sizes real quick. Because it sort of feels like this eye is way bigger than the other one. So let's turn it around. And, okay. So, this is more or less the eye that I use, or this is more or less the shape I used to create this eye. Okay, yeah, I think this eye is a little out of proportion, so let us fix that. Then make it slightly bigger so that we can cover the black part. Go. Carefully again. There we go. Alrighty. So now we know what to chop out, now we know what to fill in. So we're gonna do just that. Sorry, just needed to check something real quick. Okay, let us continue. Not really sure when I want to end the live stream, this is just something I literally got started with. I'll definitely do more episodes for sure.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel. I just don't understand Christmas, I guess. I like getting presents and sending Christmas cards and decorating trees and all that, but I'm still not happy. I always end up feeling depressed.
Charlie Brown, you're the only person I know who can take a wonderful season like Christmas and turn it into a problem.
I fucking hate Charlie Brown so much. Even as a kid, I've always hated the show for some reason. I don't even know why. I was like listening to the dialogue and I was like, oh, no. You know what? I kind of like this. I might keep that in for future reference. Damn it. Gotta be a little bit calmer. This is intentional, by the way. I'm not, like, making mistakes. Again, this is all so that way the expression is just right. And again, this is an easy to fix problem right now because we're using basic colors. But think of it like this: we're using basic colors now to fill in all those holes and whatnot. But later on, assuming we get there, later on what we're going to be doing is we're going to be spray painting, lighting, and a lot of other effects on Scarlet here, so yeah. There's that. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot this little detail. Just let me shrink the brush to about... hold up, let me type it in. What does this look like? That'll do. That will do. Oh wait, this is on hair. Hold up. Just turn it off. Okay. Ah, fuck. That was not intentional. Still gotta fix her nose a little bit. Not exactly perfect. There we go. Now you can see a little bit more of an implied nose detail. So I feel like we maybe have to sort of straighten it out a bit so that it looks somewhat natural. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. There was a little bit of a problem with the nose up here, but the hair is covering it, so I think it should be fine, all things considered. Okay. Now, increase the brush size, and then we're basically trying to make the outline as small as I possibly. Oh, forgot to change layers. My bad. I mean, I guess while nobody's talking, I might as well say something. So, what was it? The old tactic I used to do, again, it was all done in one take, but what I used to do was I used to draw the actual drawings themselves on paper, write some notes on there, you know, implying what I should do and what I should do not. And then what I do is I take a photo of it with my camera, and then I, upload it to my computer. And then through my computer's files and whatnot, I'd basically look for it, and then as soon as I find it, I go to it, edit it so that I put like a black and white filter over it so that everything is a lot more clear to see and to distinguish, because the picture doesn't come out black and white like by design. It always comes out in color and has like this sort of cookie brown to it, I guess is the best way to put it. Like this sort of caramel, I'd say like almond milk. How about that? It always comes out with this sort of almond milk filter, and in reality that's just how my camera takes photos. So what I basically do is take the photo, then I sort of like I bring it over to the sketchbook app then, and then afterwards I just sort of paint over it, you know. So, you know, that's sort of what I do. Again, making it as small as I possibly can. Kinda lost my balance there. Yeah, there we go. Give a little squiggle. But now we basically gotta fix this little part in here. So this was kind of in the original plan, but the thing is, I sort of drew over it on accident. And what I mean by that is that, it's like I'm following the diagram still that I got here next to me. And the thing is that while I'm still following it, there's things that I kind of forgot to do. So this is like a perfect opportunity for me to be able to fix those smaller issues. Anybody watching in like the future or whatever, let me know in the comments, do you prefer like gameplay stuff or this stuff? Because I mean, I'll kind of do both if I don't get an answer, but if I do get like a strong, positive reception towards one or the other, then chances are I might ditch one of these and just go with the other. I'll definitely change the times though, so that it's more accessible for everybody to be able to visit the stream and whatnot. Oh my god. What is this? Oh Jesus. Time to fix. For the longest time, I was also thinking about opening like a podcast or something. Just something so that everybody can sort of join in, chat with me, and say whatever they want. You know, that sort of thing. But one, I wasn't sure if anybody was actually going to like it. And two, and what's sort of the bigger deal for me personally is that, I might end up talking to people that I might not like. I mean, you never know until you try, obviously. It's just, that's sort of how it kind of goes with me personally. Sorry, once again fixing a few things. And we're back. Okay. So, sorry, I kind of zoned out for a second there. I was a little focused on something. Okay, so this hair's gotta get folded in a little bit, and then this one's gotta like stand out more. And then over here, it's a little less obvious. What we gotta do is we gotta make this seem like one, but then somewhere along the lines this part has got to be thinner, and this one can sort of remain thick. Not this thick, obviously, just, you know, enough to where it would actually fit in and whatnot. I'm just sort of planning all my moves ahead so that I can stay ahead of the game and all that.
Would you do us the honors of spitting Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Come on!
What in deep blue fuck was that? I should also mention, like, if I get copyrighted for whatever reason by like the thumbnail artist, or like by the guy that made the Luigi that you saw in the thumbnail of this, I just want you to know right now, and I want to say this with my own words before someone misunderstands, I did not create that Luigi image. I simply looked at it and thought it was fitting for this live stream. My confession, police. Do not arrest. Or at least don't arrest me. You can arrest anybody else. Just don't arrest me. So what I'll do is keep the thickness of it, but the outline is more or less still gotta go.
I know the lyrics.
There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, not that bad. So I'm gonna lower this a little bit. There we go. Alrighty, back to business. Oh, I think it's done. Yep, it's pretty much complete. I'm gonna do this one. So I think what I'll do is, from now on in the chat, I'm gonna basically be pasting the name of the lo-fi music that I currently clicked on. Just so that way if anybody wants to listen to what I'm listening to and at their own leisure, they'll be able to do so. Because I'm not a dick, and I don't, you know, keep everybody in the dark. Wait a minute. Poop. Oh, I see when it is now. Okay. I'm dumb, so I don't know how to explain it in words, but I like misunderstood a certain thing and what it was supposed to actually look like. Okay, I swear to God, I didn't pick this because it had Legend of Zelda in it. I had no idea. I literally had no clue that this had Legend of Zelda in it. If I did, I would have been, yes, definitely gonna pick this one. No, but I didn't. Did not know. I normally don't like trap music, but to my surprise, the soft trap music ended up being my go-to when it came to sort of things. I also picked it because it was night, you know? Like, you can't just be up at night listening to angry guitar. That's for the morning. Okay. I think, regardless of what the answer is, if whatever you guys chose that you wanted to see more of, like, I think for what I'll do is I'll put like the name of the creation we're doing on the stream itself, and then maybe like a slight hint as to what the topic itself could possibly mean, so that way you all have a better idea as to what I'm drawing and all that other stuff. So, yeah. Next time, I don't know if I'll do Scarlet again. Like, I'm not ending the video here just yet, but basically, I'm not sure if I'll do Scarlet again if, you know, in the next episode. Because I think from, like, I mean... So how about this? So, remember when I said I wanted to make this more accessible? I feel like what I'll do from now on is I'll make it to where these kinds of things will basically be taking place at the weekends. This is the model so far. But I think what I'll do is I'll basically do these kinds of streams like at night in the weekends. Like somewhere in the weekends, but I'm not saying like a specific day, mostly because I'd rather not do specific days. Because I tried doing that with the gameplay live streams and that didn't end up so well. Because like the other day I wasn't really feeling like myself. You know, I was just sort of mangry. Not mangry, angry. Just sort of with a lot of things. So I felt like I needed some time to cool down around that area. But now I'm like definitely way more, way more open, way more ready, I guess is the best way to put it, to do stuff. Like stuff like this. So, yeah. Yeah, majority of these casual live streams I'll be doing just whenever I feel like it is the best way to put it. And then, you know, it just gives me a chance to actually talk to you, the audience, and to discuss sort of what's been happening with my life. So, yeah. Definitely something I would love to do more. I'm just taking a 5-second break. I'll get back to it in a sec. Just It's like to crack every single bone I have in my body. Okay. So what we'll do now is we're keeping this part here just for future reference, because it's basically going to sort of be an inside of the hair and whatnot. Do that. Sure about this line though. I kind of feel uncomfortable with it, but at the same time I feel like it might actually work for some reason. Wait a minute. What am I doing? What? There we go. Okay. So for this one, I'm gonna make the line as thin as I could possibly make it. You hear that tapping? That's basically me hitting a little counter thingy, so that I can basically, make the brush smaller. Nice and tiny. Look at that thing. It's adorable. Okay, so what does it look like? Oh, looks okay. I bet I can make it look better though if we do this. There we go. Now it looks sharp. Like, that's always sort of an intentional design when it came to the hair, is that it was always supposed to be very sharp looking, very, not edgy, but at the same time not exactly cute. Like, sort of a good balance between the two, I feel. Okay, I gotta make the brush big again, because now it's like, this is sort of looking like a disaster. Okay, do that. And then on the inside, we gotta make more hair. We do that. I know this is very unsteady, but that's why we will go back to it and fix it. There was like this thing I tried to do with Kintley's hair to sort of emulate shadows and a 3D effect for it, and it ended up looking way worse than I ever could have imagined. Like, her hair, no joke, literally looked like a banana. So I was like, oh god, I better fix this quickly. You know? And originally I was going to do Kintley, and then I was like, you know what? I never did Scarlet. I should do her before Christmas, because, you know, she's like bright red in terms of her design, so yeah. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do Scarlet. The other reason was that, you know, again, this could potentially be her first time actually coming to life in the PC. So yeah, there's that. Alrighty. Kinda gotta get that part. Okay. I can worry about that later, though. I feel like one of these days I'm gonna end up contradicting myself, and then people are gonna find reasons to call me a hypocrite. So what they're gonna do is like, I feel like what they might do is they might edit my voice to the point to where I'll end up saying stuff that I never intended to say in the first place. So yeah, there's that. There is that issue. Then again, in the internet, anybody can like edit it edit it. Anybody can edit anything to that so that they can make someone say things that they never intended to say. I'm gonna give a little bit more hair details on this little speck right here. Mostly because Scarlett's got a very wild hairstyle. Like, not overly, you know, horrible, but just enough to where it's like way different than the others in terms of the cast. I'll do this. Pretty sure this isn't how hair fuzz works, but you know, live and learn. Part of me kind of wants to put Sonic music on, but I feel like not many people would actually like that. I mostly put this one on because I know for a fact that a lot of people actually do legitimately like this. I do too. It's just like people like it way more than I'd ever could. Wait. What if I make it like that's giving me an idea. I got a very naughty idea. What if I... Yeah. Yes. Oh my god. This is actually working out way better than I could have imagined. Unintentional designs are unintentional, ladies and gents. This I like. I might actually keep this here. Holy shit. Yeah, just... yeah, that actually looks really cool. Because I think the problem was, I did like a test of the layer system with Jaden, but the problem was guy. That moon boy. I want to type back to it real quick. Oh yeah, fucking Steam. Like, let me try to explain. So, I basically bought a thing on Steam, but I didn't like it because it didn't work on my PC, so I basically returned the game, and apparently my refund is here, but for some reason they don't let me spend it on anything else. Like, it literally just says on the top right corner where your Steam wallet is, that, like, they have your actual amount, in my case it was $5, and then they have your refund, which in my case was $14, but for some reason that shit's in parentheses and says pending, even though on my email it said it was done pending and it was complete and that the refund is there. But for some reason it still says it's pending, and I've been waiting for what seems like an entire day just for Valve and everybody else to get back to get my money back to me. So I don't know what's going on. I don't like them anymore. They're getting annoying. They're honest to God getting annoying. I need to compare the picture real quick. Okay. So that's what I'm missing. Okay, so so we're not quite done yet. We still gotta get this little. Actually, this. I'm gonna mark it with like this, and then I can just undo it. But basically, we still gotta get this entire region fixed, and then we need to add a sideburn right over here, and then I'm basically gonna put another layer right around here, and then I'm gonna put it behind everything so that, because it's hair, it's like the back, like it's more hair, but it's like behind her, you know. So that's sort of the reason. Is that is the plan. Again, I don't know if I'll be able to finish it tonight, but I will certainly try. Okay, let's get started then. I think what we'll do is, because I really want to get the other sideburn. Not really sideburn, more like side, like the hair thing. I want to get that part ready, so I don't have to worry about it later. At the same time, I feel like I should do that. I should wait until I do like the next layer. But until then, yeah, back to work. That paintbrush is too big. Okay, this feels a little better. Kind of sounds like she's saying asshole, asshole. What was that one movie called on Netflix? Like the one everybody's been hating on? Was it the Sergey Burgess or whatever her name was? Like basically it was like a fat lady that was in a movie, and she was like supposed to be a relatable teenager, except she's like the most manipulative person in the entire movie. And the movie treats it as though this is what every single teenage girl should be able to do. I don't know why they keep marketing it like that's what you should do, but in actuality, that is not what you should do. You should just talk to people normally. Find out what they like, find out what you like. Or have her find out what you like. I don't mean tease them, I mean more specifically kind of be a little bit open about it, but keep some things to yourself, you know what I mean? Like, that's honestly the best advice I can give for anybody who's sort of in a relationship. It's because I've had two, but none of them lasted very long, so that's the unfortunate truth. And now you know my tragic backstory and why I am a supervillain. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. I gotta do all that over again. Alright. We'll use a bigger brush. Watch, we'll do this very carefully. Okay, what does that look like? Not that bad. We just gotta round it a little bit more. Give it a bit more on this. Whoop. 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 Okay. Then whoop. Whoop. Ah! Oh, whoa. Okay. Weirdness. I don't like weirdness. And then we do this. Alright. What's it? I kind of wanted to explain the 12 Lego, or not the 12 Lego 2, but the Potatoberg incident. For those of you who are unaware of that, on one of my older videos, I posted that a guy by the name of Potatoberg was basically raiding my comments section and was basically talking shit to me and everything. And I wanted to like punch him in the face and tell him just to shut up, but being the mature person that I am, I simply deleted the comments. And I blocked his, comments on my videos, so, yeah, easy peasy. Or so I used to think, but I feel like he might do the same thing again. Like, I know who he is in real life, and he still hasn't changed. But, you know, I guess that's life. Some people just can't change. Oh well. Maybe I should leave that there. But we can't leave that there. Jesus, what is this? Jesus. Okay, so... Okay. But for this, we gotta show some crease, right? But if we show too much, it'll look like it's made of plastic. So we instead gotta do this. We gotta make it big. There we go. And then we gotta do this. And then simmer that a little bit. There we go. But yeah, Potato Berg is in the past at this point. He pretty much means nothing to me anymore. Like before, he used to be kind of a nuisance and just an outright annoyance. But now he ended up attacking a lot of my viewers per se, calling them queers and whatnot. So that's when I had to put my foot down. I was like, okay, I had to fucking stop this guy, because I know for a fact that if he keeps going like this, he's gonna end up pushing the wrong button and someone's gonna get triggered, and then they're gonna find a way to blame it on me. And not to make it sound selfish or anything, but I know for a fact that even though I can contain a lot of hate and whatnot, not a lot of other people can do the same thing. Like, they don't have as high a tolerance of hatred as I do. Like, I know in certain real life stuff I may overreact to certain things, but really that's all it is, simply a joke whenever I overreact to something. However, Potato Berg does not believe in simple, simplicity. He's got to make things overly complicated, and so he tried multiple times to expose me, trying to say my name, and I had to silence him every single time. Simply put, I don't want my real name to be discovered by really, well, or at least not yet anyway. Like, until I feel like it's safe enough for me to reveal my name, I won't reveal it until like maybe a later date and whatnot. Okay. Next, we have taken care of this spot. So, I really wish there was a way I could like send you guys the reference, so that way you have a sort of idea as to what I'm creating. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so it looks like I made a mistake somewhere around here. So basically, that little spot that I just circled, that this needed to actually be closer to here. Yeah, it looks like I messed up in a couple spots, but overall it still looks pretty fine, I guess. This was supposed to be a little bit thinner, but again, through the power of my expertise, I'll be able to fix that in no time. So do not worry, children. I have it all under control, more or less. Okay, now I've gotten a better look at her hair, so now I know what I need to do. So this part right here, it's supposed to be thinner. So what we gotta do is this. Okay, so we gotta make this a bit more visible. Yeah, there. Why can't I just hold this thing down? It'd be a lot easier on my life if I were able to do that. There we go. And then there's a little bit of red that I need to fill in. Alright, over. Art skills for the win? Yep, that's right. Just your average gamer. Or at least, that's what I want to believe. Ah! Wait a minute. Okay. Soap. There we go. Okay. Now, she looks a little bit better. Anyway, for those just tuning in, I basically, in the chat, I basically put in the name of the songs of the song compilations that I'm listening to, so you can go ahead and check those out if you want to listen for yourselves. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. This little area, we need to shade it. Or, I mean, actually, you know what? How about we do this? Ah, no, not white. There we go. Yeah, that looks a little better. Okie dokie. Um, Okay, I think at this point we can put in the shadows and whatnot. This should be relatively easy to do though, so you won't have to worry that much. Basically, I know what I said the plan was to create some back hairs for her, but I kind of wanted to do the shadows since, like, the little strand of hair for her that's going to be going around here won't exactly be interfering in this area in particular, so... Oh wait, but this one is still going to be covered. Oh. Okay, it's a good thing I caught myself before I said anything else. Okay, so we gotta add a new layer. Gotta put that right under this. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Back to the reference sheet. It's much like this. Yeah. Um. Actually, wait, no, we still need the outline for it. So, just bring this out, and then very carefully, we will highlight this. Or outline it, sorry. I can't see. Okay. Let me just do that. Okay. I completely forgot. I have to go to sleep, actually. Like, I should be in bed right now, because I gotta go to work or to college tomorrow. It's not that early. It's like the class starts at like 12, so I can afford a few hours wasted here. Maybe I'll do one in the morning or something. I don't know. Just... No, actually, on second thought, I don't think I'll ever do one of these in the morning, because if I do, I feel like I'm gonna be late. And now we go into the fun part. We use the spray paint tool. Oh, we gotta darken it actually. There it is, yeah. This is the fun part for me personally, also because the spray paint tool is definitely the best part of these kinds of things. Mostly because it gives sort of a layer of depth to the whole product and whatnot. Okay. So... maybe I'll fix the face. What about the back of her head? Okay. So... you know, this part we can now merge with the image below. And there we go. Just like that. It's merged together. As for this part, we still need to do a, what's it? An airbrush touch. Don't worry, I've added an extra layer, so everything should be fine. Anybody want to say anything before I wrap things up? Because after I finish with this, I'm basically going to be ending the stream for here. I don't know why I just covered up the eye, even though the whole point of this is to expose the eye. Okay. There is a sort of compromise to this. Because we still have to make it to where the effect of the layer is still in place, since it's being covered with the eye. Okay, not sure about this line though. I'm gonna get rid of that, and then we will call it a successful live stream. Wait. Okay.